That's a
You
lie.
say something to me in this year and out that year, third case.
That's a lie, though. What they said, I did.
Stop.
You took off for a second. You can literally one without you. Wherever you want. Wherever you want to stand it. Wherever you want to stand it. Some courts now want the attorney. Nah, no, then when you stand there, like, put them out there to be action. I go with where y'all want to. Well, they figure they're not gonna attack the way they're not attacking all the time. We put each to the prosecutor. They would do it for me either this or that, so they didn't thank you. Because he's right next door. Talk about these prosecutors. If I'm right, they have that barrier somewhere.
I took away your privilege to drive because of the cases that you had picked up. You came here asking, please, please, I can't do anything, I want to drive. And now you've picked up a reckless driving.
I know you're not.
Stop.
Don't say anything.
Let me express my disappointment, Mr. Villasan. I have repeatedly asked you to abide by bond conditions, insomuch that I ordered you not to drive recklessly, race, anything of this nature. And now another reckless driving. And just,
That's it for trial. That's not the day for you to make any comments concerning the new law violation.
we are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay, so if you don't mind reading what happened on the newest case, please.
Yes, Judge. On April 25th, 2025, in Orange County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was informed of a street takeover and observed, went to the location and observed the defendant performing donuts in the parking lot in the middle of a crowd of people and vehicles. The man completed approximately 5 donuts within a crowd of 150 vehicles, and he got within 10 feet of striking vehicles to people inside the pit of the street takeover. The law enforcement officer saw the vehicle, leave the location, initiated a traffic stop, and identified the defendant.
So they locate what about the vehicle now?
They saw him from the dentist. They saw him doing donuts, and they saw him leave the location, and they followed behind him, and they initiated the traffic stop.
This is not.
Mr. Villasana, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case, and I'm now ordering you not to drive. If I find that you drive, and I don't care what it is, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Because you did the exact thing I asked you not to do repeatedly. I am now revoking your bond as well, and I'm putting you in jail.
Can I say something though?
You cannot.
That's a
You
lie.
say something to me in this year and out that year, third case.
That's a lie, though. What they said, I did.
Stop.
It's a lie.
Look at,
So, am I gonna get a bond?
yeah, I'm gonna set your bond.
I could pay a bond.
It's the bond, Judge.
$5,003 on the first two.
Oh,
5,003 on both.
on both cases.
5,003 on the theft, and then 5,003 on the racing. Did he get a PR bond on the reckless? Do you know? Let me see.
It's on Rocket there, right?
Yeah. No, He paid his surety bond. He got a surety bond on that one. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one as is. The newest one, I'll leave as is. The other ones,
5,000 and 5,000. Okay.
was this at night?
Judge, looks like it was.
So, hey, Roxanne, on Mr. Belasana, no drugs, no alcohol. I'm putting him on a curfew with a GPS monitor so he's not out at night, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. No driving, no weapons.
Consider it house arrest.
I don't know. I mean,
Judge, I would object to the house arrest. But, house arrest is no reserved for people accused with felony offenses.
yeah, I mean, I at least let's not have him out in the middle of the night, at night, and then a scram on the other one so he's not drinking. And then I think that's it. And then we'll pay the fees for everything as well.
Okay.
Which case we have, that's on for?
He paid his surety.
On the record?
No, on the, oh yeah, on the reckless, yeah.
On the record,
Yeah.
it's surety, but the first, the racing, race on the,
Yeah, that's why we're working the first two, 5,003, and then, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming.
Judge.
I know that you're busy upstairs and it's a little bit more high maintenance, so thanks. Hopefully
Right.
now's the, morning, Mr. Coates.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Iffy.
You're here because we had to issue a warrant.
Yes, sir.
It's the only way we get to see you. We asked you to do things. You told us you were going to do things, promised us you were going to do things, yet
Half that reasoning is on my aunt because she is my ride to most of these things. And she couldn't help me out. I got into it with her, with my sister, over some money issues. Because remember when I was working at Dave's? So after that, she was like, you got to leave, because she wasn't trying to hear nothing I was saying. And I wasn't being disrespectful or
I
nothing.
wouldn't want to either. But
But-
it looks like you're already starting to blame everybody else.
I'm not like,
But you are.
yes, sir,
At the end of the day, it's all
on me.
on you. When you have the heart, when you have the will, you can do damn near anything. If you really wanted to, you could find a bus, could call a friend, could take an Uber.
It's hard when you're watching two kids, sir, and working. I was watching two kids, my baby brother and the kid that's mine but not mine. And I'm working. And also, we had a deal on me doing my GED. I was working on that. There is proof for that. Literally.
We don't have proof of anything.
The other lawyer, that other lady that was in here, I forgot her name, but she was seeing somebody else. That was my first court-appointed lawyer. She has that proof. She showed y'all that the first time.
That was before you got on probation, dude. You're supposed to continue with it.
Before I got on probation, I thought I was on deferred. This was while I was on deferred. The deferred deal was if I did that, I was getting off of that in 3 months. That's exactly what you told me, sir. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to bring nothing back. I'm not trying to argue. I understand where I'm wrong.
I get it.
You know what I
The
mean?
problem is, in this world, you're only as good as the proof that you have. If you don't have proof, you have nothing. So you tell me this, you tell me that. I ask and I have staff that tells me, okay, this is what he's done. This is what he's not done. He hadn't even shown up once. You didn't even show up once. Did you get your offender identification card? That's the first thing that you got to do when you even get on a deferred. You literally done nothing. So what now? I truly don't know how to go forward. So what I would like to do is do a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see where we go from here.
Wednesday.
I'm going to expedite it so you don't just sit there. We have the TRAS set for Wednesday. I'd like you to talk to them to see how we go forward, and they'll give us an analysis, and they'll, talk to you, see where you are in life, what's gone on, and give us a better indication of how to go forward. but I just don't
I
know.
lose my job. I just found a good job. I'm learning this what's on your table, that marble, I'm learning how to cut that and polish that. Like it's a good job. Like I understand I was supposed to do these things, like I've missed these things, and it's no apology could fix that, of course. But again, there was a lot going on in life. It's no excuse. It's no excuse to what I was supposed to do and I knew I was supposed to do it. But it was a lot going on in life. My auntie was half the reason of me being a ride. She was my ride, and I don't have that ride. So now everywhere I do go, I do need the metro now, which is not no deal. Cause now I'm on like I'm doing this on my own. You know what I mean? Like I ain't got to worry about kids. I ain't got to worry about no other jobs. I really wasn't though, sir. I really wasn't. I was having resources. I was having y'all help me out with this too. There's probably no proof there with that, but I was.
Be that as it may, I'm doing this to your ass. I'm going to try to get it done as quick as possible. I'm going to try to get the results as quick as possible to see how we go forward. Because I just don't know.
Can I have a bond?
I did set you a bond. I always set you a bond. I don't hold people at no bond. Very, very few instances can I really legally hold someone at no bond. But it would be foolish for me to just think that let you out and hope that it happens again. You know,
I
because
really don't like coming in here. You ain't gonna see me no more. I know you can't just do it because again, what I already did puts an image out on me that I'm not gonna do it, anything for it. Like
not
I understand.
It's reality. Perception is reality.
Yes, sir.
So we'll set you for Wednesday. I'm not going to set you. You want to set it for Friday?
Yes.
We'll set it for Friday. Hopefully we'll have a good roadmap of how to go forward on that day. And in between, we have Sean here to help you out. You can always talk to Sean. He's great for whatever you may need. And then I'll see you back on Friday.
Judge Bond's set at what, 10,000 right now?
It's set at
How long a time I'm looking at if none of this go through? A whole year.
the reason I have it the amount that I do is because of his multiple non-appearances, multiple bond violations. I have at least probably 3 different times he failed to appear. As far as bond violations, I have
2 of those.
2 bond violations. So, and now a motion to adjudicate. So I really think that just bond is appropriate as how it's set now. See you Friday. I know that the only reason you're doing this is to avoid jail. You can run, but you can't run forever. At some point, if you continue the way you are, you're really going to do some damage. Hopefully, not something that you kill someone, because, you know, now you've dug yourself a little hole, but it's not so deep that you can't get out of. There are programs here where if you successfully complete this, if you apply, they grant you entry and you complete, this gets dismissed. What you're doing now is you're just pleading guilty to be done with this. You know, I'm sure that there's no evidence that's even in. You may be found not guilty, but the evidence is not in. So you can't, this isn't Target where if you don't like it, you can just, oh, you know what, I want to change my mind. I want to fight the case. Once you plead guilty, this goes on your record and it will be there for the rest of your life. You can never undo this plea after today. Do you understand this?
I have a question about that. For the nolo contest.
No
It's
contest.
still, I'm still going to find you guilty. It's still going to reflect as a conviction on your record. You saying no contender? Most people would do that so they don't get sued in a civil court for a civil matter, right? It has nothing to do with this. It's still a conviction on your record.
And we discussed that, Your Honor. We discussed that. And there is discovery, and we're just missing a little, the station video, Your Honor.
Once you plead, there's no turning around. Are you sure you want to do this?
And I went over it extensively with her as well, Your Honor,
I trust
because
you.
I had
I know.
some questions, but
You know, when you take a half-ass approach to things in life, you get a half-ass result. This will trail you for the rest of your life. Whenever you want to apply for government loans, when you want to apply for a new house, a car, when you want to get car insurance, what do you think a DWI is going to do? You have worked out an agreement that they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. That's what I was saying. Once you plead guilty, this goes on your record and it'll be there forever. Is it true or untrue that you had a .15 or above, ma'am? So I'm gonna find that that's true. There is a $6,000 surcharge that tacks onto you when you plead guilty to a DWI. I told you there are consequences. $6,000. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail.
Would you waive that fee, Your Honor, based on her indigency?
Why? Why would we give her yet another reward?
Because she has the issue, I think a lot of us.
Get it? But she's testing positive for dope that she shouldn't be. She's pleading guilty now to avoid skirt jail time. Why would another reward?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
Not mine. I have 2 children and I take care of them. I left the shelter in Beaumont to come back to Houston so I can help my mother take care of my children. She can't do it by herself.
How on earth are you going to be taking care of children when you have this and you're testing positive for that? Why do you even have custody of kids? Don't. You need to understand that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. In every single case that we see here with people with the issue, the apple doesn't fall far. Kids are just like their parents. They will emulate you in every single way. If you're nice, if you're smart, if you're easygoing, if you're patient, it all stems from, imagine you are the stalk of a tree, right? Your kids are the limbs. They grow straight, they grow beautiful into just grateful looking flowers, or they can be, and this is my concern. You're testing positive for these types of things. You're taking the easy way out instead of addressing the issue head just up front. I'm telling you, if you don't, something catastrophic is going to happen. And God forbid, kids in you with your car. If you ever get pulled over in the future, the officers, the first thing they do is they look at your record. If they see that you have this DWI and you have anything remotely funky on your breath, you're acting in an abnormal state, even the faintest smell of alcohol, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand? So even if you've had a sip of alcohol, don't get into a car because you're begging for trouble. Do you understand? I'm going to waive the fee for you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes, Your Honor.
You don't want more time?
I think that the situation boils down to,
I won't put her into custody, but I'll expect you to do like AAs every day. If you want
did you want to do that?
to do this, I can give you time, but I'm telling you, I'm going to test you twice a week, so I know you're not using, and I want you to do NA every single day.
Can I talk to her, Your Honor?
Yes.
I want to talk to her. I'm home.
I don't want you to rush in and make a lifetime mistake, because that's what you could be doing right now.
Appreciates that your concern.
Far be it for me to stop you. If that's what you want to do, then more power to you. Just understand you can only run for so long, and just don't leave a wake of destruction, because I'm going to waive it for you now. But if you pick up another DWI, it's another $6,000 fee. And from now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? And it's in the entire state of Texas, no matter where you go. You understand? This will trail you for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You understand? All right, you're giving up the right to a trial, the right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail, credit for 2. I'm going to find the enhancement that it's a 15 or above true. I'm going to kill your car costs so you won't owe anything. I'm going to kill the supervisory fee, but if you come back, get ready. I am suspending your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. With that, that's a wrap. Right? All right. Good morning, Ms. Santos. Ma'am, you're charged with assault causing bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Oh, no, it's an assault of a family member,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay, yeah, sorry.
On April 21st, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to an assault in progress call. The officer arrived and made contact with the complaining witness, who stated that the defendant and him are in a dating relationship. The complaining witness stated that the defendant caught him watching pornography and got angry. The complaining witness stated that the defendant started to argue with him, and that's when the complaining witness tried to leave the defendant and bit him in the chest, causing pain. The complaining witness advised that the complaining witness trashed the apartment and would not let him leave. The defendant admitted to trashing the apartment and said that she was upset because she found naked women on the complainant's.
Okay. Ms. Santos, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. There's a protective order that has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and probably will file a violation of protective order against you. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. Do we know whether he wants to have contact with her? State?
Just a moment, Your Honor. So we've not been in contact with the student, Your Honor.
No,
We've
okay.
attempted to reach out, but
I don't know if he wants to have contact with you, so until I know, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with him. You're also not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand that? If you violate these conditions, a warrant for your arrest will be issued. You will go into custody and you will have your bonds. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. I can appoint you a lawyer today. So what I'll do is I'll have you go to Victoria Center, reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. We will create bond conditions for you. Do not leave until you sign them, and then we'll have you talk to a lawyer shortly. Please, I already have them. This is Ms. Hickman. Good morning, ma'am. Do you have a lawyer?
No, so I looked around and I wasn't able to, but the price was a little out of, my range, but I was wondering, I called up to see what I needed to do in order to like request one or just get more time and find one. I did get a lawyer's information that I met in the hallway as well.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, if the price is less than $5,000.
I mean, I can't tell you. There's
I know, I know.
lawyers of all different types, it's just, you really have to put in a lot of effort to find one sometimes. There's a gajillion and one. 99% of them will put you on a payment plan where you can pay as you go. If you want, you can fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, how much money you make, what kind of car you drive. I mean, if you're driving a Benz, I can't afford you a lawyer, right? So Deputy Miranda can give you an application. I'll take a look. I need to know everything about you, and then I'll take a look. Please. What's the last name? What was the last name again?
Iwoma,
Is that with an N or with
Iwoma, I'm sorry.
I?
Iwoma.
Yeah. Come up, Miss Iwoma. She's skipping. She's testing positive. What are we supposed to do?
Judge, I don't know.
Jail. That's what we do.
She could maybe have an ankle monitor.
But what's that going to do? I mean, she's still consuming. You're charged with DWI second. I ordered it out to you, so you either don't care about bond conditions or you have a problem. I don't know what to do. But obviously, no means no. Not only are you testing positive, but you have 19 skipped tests. So I'm going to assume all those tests mean that you continue to I don't want you to nothing is required for you to say. I'm just telling you that at this point in time, I have to revoke your bond. You're forcing me to. She goes with you.
Ron, would you consider setting a new bond?
I'm not gonna set it at 2,000 now. I'll set it at 5,001.
No.
Set it at 5,001, and then Counsel,
May I approach? I just couldn't hear.
I'm gonna set it at 5,001. I'll only go up, half. But, if and when she does bond out the next time, I'm gonna put an ankle monitor on her, so she's not
Yeah.
skipping. And then there's nothing to say really, just please admonish her that if it happens again, this time it's gonna be
Much more severe.
right,
But the bond's gonna be set at
5,001. You mind? Please? Yeah. Okay. So what'll happen now is at some point she's gonna bond out again. She'll get another 7-day setting. She'll have to come in immediately, and then we're gonna order her now to have, the scram device put on her ankle. Okay?
Okay, then, that's it.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
What was that?
I won't. If you bring your client up, we need to have him sign.
Well, he did already. He signed already.
Oh, he did? Okay, did you sign? Okay, come on up.
Okay.
One day, it may not be today, may not be tomorrow. One day, you're going to say, why didn't I get that thing done? You had the opportunity to get this thing dismissed, and now you will end up taking, now you will end up taking a conviction. This will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Even after you die, it's still going to be there. The next time you get pulled over, first thing an officer does, they're going to look at your record. They see this DWI, they roll up to your window, they smell alcohol or dope. It's probably not going to go well. Do you understand? From now on, what we're doing today, no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. It's a minimum of 30 days in jail. Any new cases that you pick up. Not to mention that, you pick up another DWI, it's a surcharge of around $6,000. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand? You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, like I said, this will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. There is also a $3,000 surcharge that tacks onto this. Is your client indigent, Mr. Boyd?
It appears because he's not been able to even pay the attorney's fees. So I believe it is.
What do you do for a living?
I'm self-employed, I do wood fencing.
You're allowed to make mistakes, Mr. Soto.
Yeah.
But when you make mistakes that you endanger other people's lives, we really rain down on you and we bring the pain. So if you want to get lit, if you want to have 32 beers, 52 shots of tequila, don't get into a car. For $40, one button will take you wherever you want to go. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Have you plead to this offense guilty? You're not guilty. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days. I'm now going to waive the $3,000 fee that would normally apply to you. But I'm going to tell you, you come back with another one. It's a minimum of 30 days in jail and a $6,000 fee. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good luck. Please see the clerk. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Thank you.
Mayor, question?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a plea.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind bringing them up?
Quiet for a plea.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You know what happens if you ever pick up another one? Guess. Please. You're looking at a felony offense the next time you try to snag a pack of gum, a pack of smokes, case of beer. You're looking at years instead of days. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Mr. Wilson. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never try to change this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of theft, guilty or not guilty? I'm gonna find you guilty. I will send it to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Please see the clerk.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, he said he was dismissed.
What does he do? So what happened?
Yeah, just talked to the chief. He said he's dismissed it. So,
I'll send it as soon as I get it. Is he here or no?
yeah.
If he wants a copy, we just let him know. We'll give him a copy.
He's not even here today.
Oh, he's not here. I thought you said he was here too.
No.
Okay, all right. Thanks.
I think this would be set from that, right? Okay.
Judge, I was, Ms. Amy has been emailing me. She was asking what time tomorrow. I imagine the same time as last time, 9 a.m. panel. It fits only on the trial.
At 9.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, may I come back briefly regarding court costs?
Sure.
He is a personal trainer. He is self-employed. He's not working for a gym. He's not guaranteed any employment, so his income does fluctuate. He does support himself and his mother. I would ask that court.
The theft. He didn't do well in his first one. He's now getting another slap on the wrist. Somehow we have to get a hold of your attention. You know, I mean, we're gonna give you time to pay. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect good results.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mom is super involved.
That's was my only other concern. It's like,
She's out of state, but she's very involved.
how's jail?
I have no speak for that one. It's a learning experience.
We have them for a reason. You know, we don't ask much from you. You know, the only two things we ask, we want our streets to be safe. And if you pick up a case, you got to show up to court. And when you do, good things happen. When you don't, this is what happened. Your lawyer is asking for me to reinstate your bond, and you've missed court once, which is not the end of the world. But my only other issue is I don't want to give you a bond and you go to the street. Because if you're going to the street, nothing good happens on the streets. So tell me about home. Where's he going to go? What's he going to do? I'm not letting him out to the street. I'm going to tell you that now.
He has 2 places he can go. He stays with his girlfriend off Broadway Street, or he can go to his grandmother who also lives in town. He was staying with his girlfriend prior to this, and
I like grandma better.
Yeah, grandma certainly
I was
better.
staying at both. For school and work, I was staying at both.
Yep, so he was staying at both, a little bit back and forth. He does staffing work, so while it's not a full-time employment, he does have jobs, but they are kind of come and go depending on the company's availability.
The terroristic threat is who? Who's the complainant?
Grocery store.
So it's not
No,
girlfriend.
no family members, stuff.
That's correct, Judge. It's at a store.
A convenience store? I
Yes.
guess? Okay, so do me a favor, please. Will you, if you don't be so kind as to reach out to grandma. If she says that he can stay there, then I will reinstate his bond. And then, but I'm gonna order him to stay there. I don't want you going anywhere else, and I don't want you out in the middle of the night, and you're not to go to the store, and I don't want you to be in possession of weapons. No alcohol, no dope. Do you understand? I'm gonna test you like crazy. If I reinstate your bond, it will not happen again. You get one get out of jail free card, no more. Do you understand?
I understand that.
Okay. Just go, guys, go.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
Man,
I was disappointing Mr. Walker this morning. Judge, I just spoke with my client. It seems like, I was trying to figure out, so is the board asking him to come back in 2 weeks or?
Yeah.
Okay. And the
Come up,
reason,
Mr. Walker. Shh.
the reason why I'm asking, Judge, is because I spoke to my client. It seems like his young boy was murdered 3 days ago. So his whole family is dealing with a lot of grief and funeral planning. He's trying to be there for his family emotionally. So I'm not sure how long this grieving process is going to last, but right now.
I don't know about any of this. I have a lot of people that tell me things. All I know is that you've not been working. I don't want you using, and I just want you to be productive. That's all I want. I'm not asking you to split the atom, do anything crazy. Just be an upstanding person. That's all I'm asking. I get that you may be grieving, but the world your life doesn't go on hold forever. You need to continue and work and do life. Does anyone rely on you? Do you have kids?
My kids rely on me.
How many kids you got?
I got 4 kids.
4 kids? When's the last time you've had a job?
I was just working, but I got my license. My license got suspended, so I can't drive a box truck without my license, sir.
Those 4 kids don't stop eating because your license got suspended. They don't stop getting clothes on their back because you got your license suspended. Their lives go on. They continue to eat 3 times a day. They still need clothes. That's why.
Judge, maybe I was wondering if there's like an alternative solution we could do, like maybe if he could send me proof that maybe he's taken an effort to look for work, but
The
not.
other thing
not
is
coming to
this,
work.
is that I want to drug test you because
That's fine.
I'm ordering you and I don't want you to be using illegal drugs while you're on these. All I'm asking is that you be productive. That's all I want, especially if you have 4 little mouths that depend on you. It's not fair to them.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know what I mean? That's why.
But my little brother just got killed, so I'm grieving right now. I hear what you, I get what you're saying too. You
I
gotta
understand you're
it.
grieving,
Where I'm coming from
but
too.
they still need to eat.
They taken care of though. They're taken care of. No, I don't know because
So it does seem like my client has some type of like custody rights. Maybe he has a right to visitation, but he doesn't provide for them. So it seems like they're being taken care of, Judge. I understand that my client wants to be productive.
You are man enough to have 4 children, then you are man enough to work and provide for those kids. No one else should have to take care of those kids.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's just the bottom line. So I'm bringing them back in 2 weeks and I want to see what you have done to get a job.
So what if my brother's funeral on that day? So you want me to come to
I
court?
will give you the day after. I'll give you a couple days after. It's not a big deal. I will let you pick the day, Mr. Walker.
Or could my client send me proof and I can show you, Judge, that he is applying to places or making an effort to get employment, so therefore he
I'm gonna
can
drug
stay
test.
with
I'm gonna drug test. So look, I'll give you 3 weeks. It's not a big deal, but I just want a real concerted effort. That's it. I'm not asking for much. Okay, thanks. 3 weeks. Hey, ready?
I'm over.
We're good, right?
Yes, I just didn't know if,
No,
maybe
we're
it's up to
good.
you.
Just be good, man.
Yes, sir.
Just stay in touch. You've got a great lawyer. It will help you out. Stay in touch. Don't lose. Don't lose us. Okay, man. We got it.
We're approaching on Mr. Jeremiah Cummings. That's the one about the deadly conduct.
I don't remember. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. So curfew, no weapons. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yes. Thanks. Hi.
Hey, Judge,
Hey, Charles. How are you, man?
Good to see you.
What's new? Been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. You all right?
How are things upstairs?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's a different world, isn't it?
It's.
Here it's kind of, yeah.
But I'm here. I'm here today.
Did you get a new case with us?
I got a new case, yes, sir. Mr. Robinson, Xavier Robinson.
It's an MAJ. Apparently, he takes his MAJ here and then gets arrested in Liberty County. Right. Correct.
Is it on docket or is it not on docket?
It is on document. He's in custody.
He's in custody. Okay.
So he ends up getting in custody in Liberty County. He stays there until January of this year when he is released from Liberty County Jail and then does not report. And so essentially does nothing because he does not report once he finally gets out of custody. That's where we are.
What did he pick up over there?
It was ag assault with a deadly weapon, but it happened before the probation. So it happened October 23rd, 2023. When he was placed on probation here in Liberty County.
Did you represent him out there?
No, sir.
What happened out there?
Sorry?
Oh, it's still open.
I don't know. I think it's
Released from custody January 7th, 2025. I'm not sure exactly what happened over there though.
and I can find out for the court, but he turned himself in here. He did not pick up anything new. He's been trying to get his life together, so he didn't pick up anything new here in Harris County or anywhere else.
Had quite the history with him as far as.
He has 74 days credit on our case here.
Is that what you want to do? Just
I'm
plead?
gonna ask him if he wants to do that, but I want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you have my blessing if that's what you want to do. You
Then
know?
I'll talk to him real quick and.
Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
I'm down if that's what you want to do. Just be done with it once and for all.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Thank you, Judge.
Absolutely. Okay, yes, please.
I have a Mr. Miguel Arce Hernandez for a plea, Your Honor.
Andres Cruz?
Arce Hernandez, Judge, is his last name. First last name is Arce, A-R-C. It's in the DWI and the FSGI. Time served on both states, Judge.
You know, the funny thing is that you were on bond for this case. We gave you a free bond and you were out in the free world. When you show up to court, good things happen. When you don't, no, when you don't show up and when you pick up new cases, this is what happens. You now have an immigration detainment. Instead of being able to do things the right way, perhaps getting it dismissed, you will now end up with 2 convictions and now you go to immigration. I hope that you next time listen. We mean business. All we want our streets to be safe. Now stand charged with driving while intoxicated and failure to stop and give information. On both of those cases, you are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. The agreement that you have worked out is 45 days in jail with credit for 15 and 17 days credit on the FSGI. You need to understand that these charges will go on your record. They will be there for the rest of your life. You ever get pulled over in the future, the first thing officers do, they look at your record. When they see that you have a DWI, if they roll up to your window and they smell anything, alcohol, drugs, it's probably not going to go well for you. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases. Do you understand?
Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement.
Siendo muchos derechos
You give up the right to a trial,
si no está de acuerdo.
right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf.
Juicio y que vengan testigos a declarar en contra de usted.
The right to confront and cross-examine your witnesses. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences.
Consecuencias de inmigración.
You can be deported,
Pueden deportar,
excluded from the country,
negar entrada al país
denied naturalization under federal law.
bajo leyes federales.
You also give up the right to appeal.
Y también está rechazando el derecho a apelar.
You understand these rights.
¿Entender sus derechos? Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
Do you still want to do this?
¿Quieres ir adelante con esta declaración? Yes, sir.
How do you plead to both
¿Cómo
cases?
te
Guilty?
declaras a estos dos casos? ¿Culpable o no? Guilty.
I'm going to find you
Voy a
guilty.
juzgarte
And I'm going
culpable.
to sentence you to 45 days in jail on both.
45 días
Give you the credit that you have earned.
puedo dar crédito por el tiempo que tienes.
On the DWI, I will suspend your license for 90 days.
Estar ebrio, te voy a suspender.
Do not drive. Otherwise, you will probably go back to jail.
Si manejas, probablemente vas a ir a la cárcel de vuelta.
Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Judge, one last thing. I was appointed
Una
to
última cosa.
Mr. Hernandez.
Always goes without saying.
Thank you, Judge.
No te van a hacer pagar la multa.
All right.
Have a good day, Judge.
Okay. Buena suerte, dice.
Absolutely.